Welcome to the Nerd on Nerd podcast with me, Jack Kempster.
And me, Liam Underwood. And in this episode, we're going to talk about The Conjuring because it's our very spooky Halloween episode. Oh dear, watch out. Oh, ghosts and things.
Liam, I scared you. I shouted boo.
It was terrifying.
It's a classic Halloween prank.
There's other classic Halloween pranks, like throwing eggs at people.
Covering people's houses in toilet paper.
Putting some dog poo in a bag and setting it on fire on someone's doorstep.
Putting razor blades in candy and handing it out.
Killing children.
What have you been up to this week, Liam?
Well, it's time for catching up with Jack and Liam, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to announce the section before we start it.
Got you, sorry.
So, this is episode 51.
Do we do that usually?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've had you come to visit, didn't I?
Did you? Is that all in this time period?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What did we do?
The plan was for you to come and visit so we could do some recording to fix the issues we're having with YouTube.
Oh, yeah, and then we had a way better idea and did that instead.
It was not a way better idea, and I still am just really disappointed with the fact that I can't do what I want to do with the YouTube channel, and now I'm sulking.
Yes, but I also
about
know
it.
what you want to do.
Wait, what? What's that?
Well, I know the thing that I have an issue with you doing.
No, the thing that YouTube has an issue with me doing.
Oh, okay. Am I thinking of a different thing? What thing did you want to do? Oh, you want to just do the normal thing?
Yeah, with like actual nice thumbnails and shit. But no, you can't have it looking good on YouTube because it's copyright. Even though fair use is a thing, and we often provide reviews, and there's this weird murky grey area that needs some clarification, but you don't want to be risked that we get called into court.
If anyone from YouTube ever listens to this podcast,
They won't. No one listens.
I want them to know that there was a specific point in time that you could probably track the downhill sort of fall of Nerd on Nerd, and I think it probably started the moment you made Liam take down all the YouTube videos.
Well, yeah.
Because I think since that point, there's been an air of depression around Liam, and I just want my friend to feel good again.
Yeah, so it
please,
started,
YouTube,
we can trace this back
fix
to when it started with the, we did a YouTube exclusive review of Triple X3, The Return of Xander Cage. It was a delightful review. It was a considered analysis. It was fair use. But what's that? We used a screenshot from the film that was available on a little website called Google Images, and that's not allowed. So we got dinged
Google
for that.
Images isn't a defence.
No, I know.
Okay.
We got
Just
dinged for that because that's naughty, so we took that down. And then the one that really got to me was the Train to Busan, our culture swap episode, where, again, it was genuinely one of my favourite culture swaps because we had a really interesting discussion about critiquing art. And that's the one that really hurts, that when we had to, when essentially we were forced to take that down. The thing with the Triple X3 one, we weren't forced to take that down. They just monetized it, so I want to say Universal, but so whatever company owns the film could get money off of it, which is fair enough. We then made the choice to take that down because we didn't want to essentially give someone else money, and it would have been a pitiful amount of money because that had maybe like 10 views, whatever.
Yeah.
The Train to Busan one, we had a okay amount of views on that, like in the 60s. It's nothing great. It's not going to set the world on fire. But that wasn't even, we're going to monetize that. That was just take it down. And what I don't understand is we were nothing but complimentary to the film. So
yeah, but that's not why. I get that, but that isn't what they'd look at. They don't watch every YouTube video that they.
But then when you look up, when you YouTube and search Train to Busan.
Yeah, I know. People have then got the poster and all that stuff. I know.
Yeah, so I don't understand, and it's upsetting. I don't like not understanding things.
I know, buddy.
And also, like, we have two very different mentalities when it comes to this sort of thing, I think. Where
do we?
Yeah, I'm like, I would fight this because if we don't, who will? And you're like, I don't want to fight this, it's going to get expensive.
Yeah, I mean, so our different attitudes are, not different attitudes, it's I genuinely cannot afford to go to court.
No one can, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so let's not do it.
But it's like that saying, right, where it's like, they came for my something and I did nothing, then they came for my something else and I did nothing, and then they came for me and there was no one to do anything. Do you know that saying?
Oh yeah, no, it's just like that, Liam. Yeah,
that is what it is.
It's not though.
It is.
It isn't though, Liam, because that's the thing about like race and the Nazis. I think was where that sort of originates.
Yeah.
And you're talking about copyright strikes, so maybe chill it a little bit.
I mean, I didn't say that.
You're not some goddamn hero. You're not V.
I didn't
Liam.
say that YouTube was run by Nazis.
I didn't say you did. Now it sounds like you might be saying that.
I'm not saying YouTube is run by Nazis.
This sounds like that thing where people say they're not saying something, but actually they're saying it, and they just want to get around saying it.
Well, you know, the proof is in the pudding, right? We went for Mexican food.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And what was funny about that ordeal?
We
You were quite late getting to us, so we got there just as they'd shut down the kitchen. But because me and Kat are such regulars at this place, they offered to fire up the kitchen for us and then immediately told Kat what she was going to order before she ordered it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true.
Which I thought, you know, special treatment, made me feel quite nice.
I think it's a little bit sad.
Why?
Because it means you're going there too much.
Don't care. Next day, went for a Chinese, didn't we?
Yep. It was kind of fancy.
It was nice, though.
Oh, no, I really liked it. But, like, I mean, the three of us walked in jeans, hoodies, T-shirts, and a lot of people there were in suits and nice, you know, outfits.
Yeah.
I sort of wish you'd warned me.
You wouldn't have brought a shirt.
No, but I would have known.
Oh, okay. Because that's the thing, right? Like, I could have rocked up in a shirt, but it would have looked even weirder. It would have, like, I was taking two children out for a meal.
If you and Kat had both gone in sort of nice outfits, it would have looked like you were abducting a homeless man and giving him some sort of last meal.
Yeah. So it probably worked best the way we did it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It was good. I liked it. It was a good Chinese.
Yeah, and again, very friendly staff.
Yes.
Couple you had your eye on, I noticed.
No, couple that you had your eye on for me.
Same thing.
Different thing.
Well, didn't get any of the numbers though, unfortunately.
No, weird that.
Yeah, you kind of bottled out.
We did have as well at the Chinese, Liam.
Yeah.
Don't know if you remember, but because this is our super spooky Halloween episode.
Yeah.
It got very spooky and foggy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Felt like we were in Stephen King's The Mist.
Or James Herbert's The Fog.
Either one.
Whichever one you fancy. I think it's James Herbert that did The Fog. I know there was a movie that I think maybe John Carpenter, but I might be wrong.
Director John Carpenter, yeah.
There we go. See? People say to me, Liam, you're a font of useless knowledge, and I've proven it.
You have. Very well.
What's the spookiest thing that's happened to you recently?
In real life?
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah.
I was on an airbed. I'll explain more when we get to my bit of catching up with. And I was looking at a staircase, Liam, and there was a shadow on it.
Yeah.
And the shadow looked a little bit like a robotic arm. And then another little shadow looked like where the head would be if it was a robotic arm. And I knew it wasn't, but I did that thing where you lie there and you go, oh, that looks like a robot.
Yeah.
And then you go, it's not though. And then you also start going, if it was a robot, you know, this is what I'd do. And then because you're doing that, your brain starts to be like, it might be a robot.
Yeah.
Eventually I did just go, I don't think it's a robot, and then I fell asleep.
Fair enough.
That was a bit spooky. What's the spookiest thing that happened to you?
Oh, you'd have to watch the most recent episode of the Won't Grow Up podcast, and we discuss all of that.
You're using our podcast to shill out your other podcast.
That's how. Well, it is now part. Have we done the network yet? Can we announce that?
Probably.
It's part of the not a network. Yeah,
that's the name of our network.
So.
No.
It's a factually accurate name.
Yeah, because we're not a network.
Network.
No, it's not a network, but we are the not a network.
Exactly. So, you know, you're meant to cross promote when you're under a network.
Yeah, go watch Won't Grow Up.
Yeah, a bit of professionalism there. We endorse it if you like Liam, but more than that, because you might not. But if you like Liam's long-suffering girlfriend Kat, and I know some of you out there do, go watch, listen, whatever you want to do. It's on YouTube. Just find it.
Tell me what the spooky thing was.
It's on the episode. You have to go watch.
Yeah, but people go listen to it. We tricked them. They've gone and listened to it. Tell me what it was.
No, you already know.
Do I?
Yeah.
Give me a clue.
It was when I was home alone at 3 a.m. watching a scary movie once, and then there was a knock on the door.
Oh, that does ring a bell, yeah.
Yeah, it's spooky.
Go find out more, listeners.
We also played Dead of Winter, which is a horror-themed game.
That's true. That was good. I liked it.
I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to playing it again.
Yeah.
Even Kat didn't like it for the first maybe like 2/3, and then I think it clicked and the rules all started making sense. And then
we had a discussion about like you guys, me, and games.
Yeah.
Which is we all three of, well, not all three of us, two of us, two of that group,
Yeah.
have a certain attitude towards rules and games.
Yeah.
And the third member of the group has a slightly different attitude, which means that he has to read all the rules every time we play a game, and then try and convince you two to pay enough attention for long enough that you sort of get it and go, oh, okay, I understand.
We just let you read the rules out loud and neither of us listen because it makes you happy.
Yeah, I know, I'm aware, but I need to read them out loud because there needs to be the premise that that's not what's happening.
Okay.
That's not what's happening.
So to explain, the way you learn rules for new games is you like to read the rules and understand them.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No. No, let's clarify properly. That's not the way I learn rules. That's the way I have to learn rules with you two.
Yeah.
Because you will not read the rules, so I have to do it.
No, the difference is that you like to read, like, essentially the rule book
No,
cover to
I
cover.
don't. I've always complained about being the rules bitch, and I'm the rules bitch in every friend circle.
Yeah, so the way that me and Kat like to learn is we'll look at, like, the rules on page 1, and then we'll start playing, and we'll get to the next part, and then we'll look at the rules again, and we like to kind of learn the rules as we play, because once it's hard, I find, to contextualise with the rules, like, why am I necessarily doing this, or why does this rule exist, without actually playing the game and seeing it kind of pan out. So I prefer to learn kind of like in dribs and drabs instead of an information overload at the start of the game.
No, but then you miss shit, like we always end up doing.
That's fine, because the first kind of time you play a game, especially when none of us has played it before, is like a practice one anyway, where you're learning the rules.
Yeah, but we don't play those games enough to not have, like... That's the thing. I don't want to have a practice game with you guys because I'm going to get to play Dead of Winter once and then have to wait like 6 months.
That's your fault.
No, it isn't. Move closer. Anyway, it was a good game.
It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Zombie survival in the winter.
Yeah, and we sort of fixed the YouTube thing. I'm just not happy with it.
Yeah, so YouTube will be back soon.
Yeah. I could talk about what I did this weekend, but I'm going to save that for our next episode because otherwise I'll have nothing to talk about on that one because we'll be recording that next Monday.
Oh shit, maybe I should save last weekend as well this weekend.
It's up to you.
Don't know. Liam.
Yeah.
Guess what I did?
Did you go on a journey that had revelations and some intrigue?
I don't think so.
There's no journey?
I mean, maybe.
There's probably a journey involved.
I drove down to you, that's a journey.
Yeah, that's a journey. And there was some mystery and intrigue there because it was like, will he get here on time?
Yeah, that was not really stressful because I don't mind.
Yeah, no, it's stressful for us because we wanted to eat.
I did say to you, though, to be fair, I said, if it gets to this time, just go and
That's
sit
what
down.
we did.
Yeah, and it worked. And I drove up your road as you guys were walking up.
Yep, and we said hello.
Yep. And I went, I'm just going to go park. See you in a minute.
Yeah, so there was a journey there. We took that journey that you just described through the misty fog to the Chinese place, so there was a journey.
Yeah, see, so lots of journeys, Liam, lots of intrigue.
But there was an emotional journey that we went on.
What journey was that?
When we watched Bellyfruit.
Oh, God, yeah, that's what we should talk about. Jesus, fuck all the rest of catching up with. Right, listeners, as you may know if you are a regular listener, me and Liam have got another podcast that we're going to start doing soon.
It was meant to come out by the end of October, but that's not happening.
Yeah, so we missed it. It's called Into the Asylum. It is a journey through Asylum cinemas, or Asylum films,
Asylum
can't remember what they
films.
call themselves. Asylum films. It's a journey through their entire catalogue of movies, because I have a confusing love for their movies.
Yeah.
Like, I like them because they're bad, but I also like them, which is just wrong. You shouldn't. But Liam doesn't have that, but sort of has it, but has agreed to go on the journey with me.
I like doing, I like lists and kind of...
Yeah,
like movie
Liam's
lists.
coming at it from an OCD, let's do the list.
Yeah.
I'm coming at it from I like these films, it'll be good.
Well, I do have a sort of morbid curiosity about it in that here's the difference. I'm fully aware that I'm not going to enjoy this and I'm going to probably get to like movie number 3 and think it's the worst idea ever.
And then you're going to tap out. That's what I'm looking forward to, is the point where you have to tap out of that podcast.
Yeah.
Just because I think that'll be an interesting thing for me to have to deal with, is getting a new co-host.
Yeah, and then see how long they last.
Yeah, so effectively this podcast could end up at a point where it's just me getting a, air quotes, guest on every week, which is actually meant to be a new host who just quits because they can't deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, we did Sunday School Musical not too long ago, and that's what started this whole discussion, I think.
No, it isn't.
Is it not?
No, So us choosing to watch that was part of it, but I went and watched it with Tom and Frankie,
Yeah.
and me and Tom and me used to find Asylum films in a Woolworths up by us.
Yeah.
They were in the bargain bin, and I said to him and Frankie, "Oh, we should do a podcast where we watch all these films," and
But
they said no.
They
And I said,
were too sensible. That's why the
Yeah, they
discussion between us started with Sunday School Musical.
Yeah. But I think that's where the idea came. I was like, I would love to do a podcast where I watch every Asylum film.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, it's a list and we're going through it in a chronological order, so I'm happy.
Liam's fucking dream.
Yeah. I mean...
But anyway, so... Sorry, go on.
I'd rather do Criterion, but, maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day. So we after, we've done our research for this new podcast. We looked into the lists.
We didn't do a lot of research.
No, when I say research, I mean we Googled it on Wikipedia. We went to Wikipedia. We found their filmography, and we went, cool, they start with a film called Bellyfruit. This film is not available readily online, so Liam had to go on Amazon and get a very expensive copy.
From America.
From America. He had it shipped all the way to us.
I think, didn't we look up that it cost something like £30?
Yeah, it was something really, really depressing.
Yeah.
So Liam spent this money on it. I said, I can't find it. He said, look, come up, we'll watch it together.
Yeah.
What a gay old time we'll have.
Yeah.
We sat through, was it an hour and a half? No, 2 hours?
No, I think it's an hour and 30 something, right?
Feels like about 5. We sat through it, an hour and 30-minute film.
I mean, the first thing was that whoever, kind of created the DVD, yeah? I don't know what the word is, transcoded it or whatever.
Yep.
Did a terrible job in that. So normally with DVDs, you might get, if it's an old film, you'll get black bars across the side where it's filmed in a 4:3 ratio.
Yep.
Newer films, you'll get black bars across the top and bottom.
Yep.
This one, black bars just top, bottom,
Everywhere.
sides, and it was as if, imagine, say you got a screen, and then you got an image on it, and then you just shrink the image down to maybe half the size of the screen.
Yeah, it was effectively like your TV was trying to play a film the size of an old TV.
Yeah.
And not allowed to adjust.
No. It was like trying to watch a film by looking at a TV while peering through a post box.
Yeah, it was insane.
No idea.
It was, and the film was bad. It's the first time I've ever seen Liam fall asleep in a film, if only for 5 minutes.
Not even that. I think it was maybe 30 seconds because I did rewind at the end to see how much I missed, and it wasn't.
Yeah, and you hadn't missed a whole lot. It was just bad, and so.
Well, do you want to explain what it was about?
Not really. I don't want to give it airtime.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't need to.
Well, some people might be kind of thinking, well, how could it be so bad?
3 teenage girls get pregnant over the course of this film and then give birth to babies, and then
I think they're all
some of them
14
find
years
out.
old, and it's all it's different kind of essentially case studies of teenage pregnancy. So
Yeah, but I feel like probably not accurately.
One of them, their boyfriend decides to try and kind of get a job and help out and support the family. Another one is essentially sleeping with an older man, and it's just really fucking weird. And then another one, I think, gets sexually assaulted, but
she was raped. Yeah,
but gang raped, right?
No. She was raped, but there were people outside the car watching.
Okay. And yeah, it was just not good, was it?
No, it's a bad film. It's not done very well.
That's the thing.
It's just a bad film.
This sounds like quite a serious topic, the way we've just described it, but the film was just boring.
Yeah.
It tried to be like this film from I think 1995 called Kids, which has a young Rosario Dawson in. It's worth checking out. But Kids is kind of quite shocking and interesting, and this was just
shit.
Awful.
Shit, Liam. It was shit.
Yeah.
So we got to the end of this terrible movie, and I don't know what made me think it.
Yeah, you thought it maybe about 2 hours too late, really?
Yeah, no, I suddenly went, I'm gonna look into this film.
It was because there was no signage in the credits on the DVD case.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing came up anywhere saying Asylum. So I did some Googling, and I discovered that the Wikipedia list of Asylum films is wrong. It's just got some extra films in there that are either loosely associated to members of the company Asylum, or just appear to have no connection to it at all.
Yeah.
So that sort of fucks everything, because we wasted an hour and a half of our life watching this film that it turns out we're not doing for Into the Asylum.
Yeah, I mean, there are blog posts that mention this film being an Asylum production.
I think those people have only... I think they've done the research that we did.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
went on Wikipedia.
Yeah, there is no proper official information we can find anywhere, and you tried to email Asylum, didn't you?
Yeah, they haven't replied yet. I'm hoping that eventually they will.
I don't think they will.
We'll see. But what we've done, Liam, is I came up with a plan of action, which I have implemented, and I don't have the list with me because it's saved on a different computer. But I created, as some of you may know, I am a web developer, and I basically scraped their site, took all of the films that Asylum have in their film section, which is 200 and...
That doesn't
seem
like enough. I thought there was more.
No, it doesn't, but that's because I think that Asylum also take credit for stuff that they haven't officially made as Asylum. I think they distribute some stuff that's not theirs, effectively. Not that that's not, nothing illegal.
Yeah.
I think it's more like, a director will make a film and be like, I can't get this distributed, so Asylum will pick it up.
Okay.
So there's probably some early credits that they don't actually distribute anymore that get lost in the mix.
Because on this Wikipedia list, there's a Colin Firth film, right?
What we need to remember, Liam, is that Wikipedia is shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Wikipedia starts at so Bellyfruit. It's got the Scarecrow quite early on and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. What's the Colin Firth one though that it listed?
Yeah. So that's not even them. I think that's like something else.
It's got.
I don't know. Or it's him in his early days, Matt Lee, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, what we're doing is we're going to follow their film section of their website, which only sorts by year. So I had to create a program that hooks up with a film database online, gets all the information for those films, including the official release dates, which then lets me sort by the official release dates. So we now have a properly chronological list of the Asylum films.
Cool.
And I think if I remember correctly, and it might be wrong and it might change when the first episode comes out, but I believe the first film is something called The Killing.
The Killing?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I think so, but I will be double checking before we actually record.
Okay.
And before you buy stuff. But yeah, so that will be coming out soon.
Well, let's not say soon. It will be coming out.
Look forward to it.
Yeah. We also watched Rocky Horror Picture Show.
We did, yep.
Because I feel like it's not a visit unless I send you away with songs stuck in your head.
No, that's true. Recently we have been doing quite a lot of musicals when I come down to see you.
Yeah, and I thought, well, after Happiness of the Katakuris, it might be a good idea to send you away with songs that are in English.
That's true.
But yeah, Rocky Horror is one of my favourite films.
Yeah, it's a really good film.
I enjoyed it. It's just bonkers.
Yeah, it is weird. I did turn to you guys at one point and go, so they're aliens?
Yeah. Spoilers.
Sorry.
I want to see it at midnight screening though, with people like all dressed up and stuff.
Yeah, because after we watched it, we read through we read some of the bits from the script of what the audience do, and it's insane.
Definitely. Have you watched Perks of Being a Wallflower yet?
No.
Why not?
Well, because of the thing that I'm saving to talk about on the next episode that I did this weekend, and I haven't had time.
Fine. Been up to anything else?
Don't think so. I think that's it.